Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday, September 25th. My name is Nina Brennan. I'm co-founder of Scaling Lean, and today I'm going solo for the daily RevUp. So usually I'm joined with my business partner, John Poransky, but he is pulled into a meeting. We have a very busy week, being that we were just in San Diego. We were at Growth Hacking Live, and then tomorrow, actually tonight, we kick off our live event down in Scottsdale, Arizona. Very excited to have our clients fly in to get to spend some quality time, obviously personally, but also inside of their businesses, just moving the needle and making sure that everybody's on the same page as we go into quarter 4. If you are local to Scottsdale, Arizona, we are hosting our live event tomorrow. It's a full day event from 9 to 4, and it's just the AI sales system. So what we're going to be doing is talking about how to create better and more efficient content, how to make deals close 2 times faster, and how to have your very own AI sidekick helping you create better, faster, more efficient content, but also convert more deals. That's really the whole premise of what we're going into tomorrow. We have clients flying in from all over the country. We have some amazing speakers lined up, and I'm just super grateful and excited to be able to host this event, especially that we're intertwined with the AI Surfer headquarters down here in Scottsdale, which is where we're going to be hosting the event. With that being said, I'm doing the opening tomorrow, so I'm just going to really go over exactly what we're going to be covering, and it might resonate for anyone who's watching here online. So we've been in the AI space for quite some time, and we're leveraging it heavily inside of our marketing and sales processes. And we're not just talking about talking to ChatGPT or Claude or Jasper or Gemini and spitting out basic content and information. We're really using it to go deep into sales psychology in terms of creating better content for our prospects and our clients. And we have this thing called the AI feedback processor that we've created over the last year and a half that takes, excuse me, that takes everything that you've been doing inside of your business and analyzes content. It analyzes sales calls. It analyzes coaching calls, really anything that you feed it. And it's able to come up with hypotheses. When I say that, you're taking real conversations and real feedback, and you're able to kind of figure out exactly what your ideal prospects are thinking when they're thinking about it, what the sales psychology is, what the buyer cycle truly is. And when you have all of this data in front of you, it's so much easier to create content that converts. And a lot of times what we see in the space, and this is what I'm going to be talking about tomorrow morning, I'm very excited, is the 3 levels of how people are leveraging AI inside of their business. And a lot of people get stuck in the rut of spending more time with AI prompt engineering than actually making sales because of AI. So it's they think that they're spending or saving all this time and energy using AI, but at the end of the day, it's great to generate ideas, but it's not really sounding like their brand voice. It's actually repelling people that should be coming into their business and liking their business, and it's not converting at the rate that it should. So maybe what's happening is you can create more bulk content and a lot more content. So it's more, I guess, efficient in terms of saving time, but it's not really moving the needle inside of business. So really at the end of the day, it's great, you could save all the time you want, but is that time actually going towards making you more money? So the whole idea and premise behind tomorrow's event, and what we're going to be talking about heavily, from Jonathan and I speaking to our client Eric speaking to Professor Danny speaking, and even Brian Bogart, a leading force in the AI space, is how you can truly leverage AI to not just share your voice and produce more content, but how to really get into the quality of the content leveraging AI, using everything from former calls, former things that you've been doing online, etc., and using it to amplify your voice, and more importantly, to convert the right people. So what we want to do is attract the right people in and then repel the people out. And AI is pretty savvy in terms of sales psychology and understanding and analyzing data, analyzing CRMs, analyzing content and engagement on social platforms, analyzing emails and how people are navigating through emails. And that's what we want to bring forward, is not only efficiency, but also moving the needle in terms of sales. I will say this, these lives are a lot easier when I'm able to bounce ideas off of JP, but I think I'm doing pretty okay. So let's talk a little bit about the 3 stages that I see personally in terms of AI mastery, right? So level number 1 is the content creator. So this is where a lot of people are stuck, right? And it's not a bad place to be, because you're advanced. If you are leveraging AI for just content, you're well advanced faster or higher than a lot of the businesses that I've speak to that are really just like, they don't want to touch AI. They don't want AI inside of their business. And they're kind of naive to this movement that's happening. But these are people that are using like AI for social posts, blog articles, email newsletters, etc. And it really just handles a lot of the heavy lifting. And you might even have your little chat GPTs as like your voice, right? So you could have conversations with them. They could spit out content and sound like you. And you're like, damn, this is pretty damn good. And what you can see is you can see a lot of engagement on social platforms because you're putting out a lot more content, right? But a lot of times what we see in this level 1 of the content creator is it's creating content that goes for engagement because it's not trained as a sales psychology backing, it's trained as a copywriter. So it's not qualifying leads and it's not going to like close deals, but it's getting that engagement that you're looking for. Then there's level 2, which is like I guess we can call it the conversion optimizer, right? And stage 2 is like a really great place to be in terms of AI because it's content that moves prospects through the sales funnel. And I mentioned the AI feedback processor before of what we've been developing over the last, I would say like 18 months inside of our business. And we've used it with clients and it's really, really amazing. But it understands buyer psychology well enough to engineer AI prompts that hit emotional triggers throughout the buyer's journey. And what we're doing here is we're measuring the conversion rates and not engagement rates. So this is like how it looks like in process, right? So it's not just like writing emails for you, but it's writing email sequences that use psychology frameworks. And you guys might be familiar with this if you are like really deep into copy. It's reciprocity in one email, social proof in another email, and maybe scarcity, urgency, kind of like promo style in email number 3. And it's because it's tested. So it's like it's taking all of this like stuff that has worked in the past and spitting out emails based on the buyer psychology that you're feeding it. And then in terms of like lead magnets, this is great too. We actually just did this inside of our business. We created a lead magnet based on our 4 weeks to profit cohort of the questions that were being asked, the kind of people that were in it, the kind of results that were being generated. And now the people that are coming in and downloading the lead magnet have the very similar buyer psychology and mindset psychology of the people that were in the cohort. And anyone who doesn't have that mindset, they're not really consuming it in full. And it's really just weeding out those tire kickers. But because we took the feedback from the 2 cohorts and I think it was like almost 50 people that we took this feedback from, the questions and how they were navigating and what they were looking for, and we created this lead magnet, we are speaking to the ideal audience as they navigate through this book. So really that's like the power of this conversion optimizer stage that we could say is like taking this feedback and creating assets that are really going to be consumed and weeding out ideal prospects and tire kickers. And if you guys don't know this, like 50% of leads that come into an ecosystem, whether it's organic and or paid, 50% of leads are just like dead leads. And like it'll be a really good way to like navigate through that 5 and 45% rather than the 50% that are never going to buy anything. Then there's level 3, which is the sales system, which a lot of people aren't at this stage yet from what I've spoken to online. And it's where Jonathan and I have pushed over the last couple of months. And it's using AI to optimize our sales process and optimize our client sales process. And it's a lot of in the agent space. So if you are using agents here, I would love to hear what you guys have going on. We leverage them inside of our CRM. We leverage them with emails, etc. But it's like a personal sales assistant. So it's not just, AI is calling people or AI is like in your CRM and booking calls, but it pre-frames conversations and it nurtures your prospects through the buyer's journey based on how they're interacting with your information, your brand, how they're opening emails, how they're answering inside the CRM. And there's like a lead scoring that goes with it. But it's identifying buyer signals and it's able to have conversations based on how people are interacting with your content and CRM. That's what we're really working on. And I'm super excited to bring this up outwardly on social media because it's everything that we're going to be talking about at our live event tomorrow. I know that was a hard pivot, but it's really where all of our focus is right now. We have clients flying in from around the country, like I said before. I think we had over 70 signups for the AI sales system event that's going on tomorrow. So If you haven't gotten in and you're local here to Scottsdale, Arizona, we would love to have you. I personally will be down here for the month. So if you want to connect, just hit me up in the DMs. Always down to get together, grab a bite to eat, and kind of just rip on business. So with that being said, that's it for today. If you're not signed up already for the AI event tomorrow, totally fine. Hop on in. If you're not local, that's cool too. We're going to not do daily rev up tomorrow. So we'll see you guys on Monday. With that being said, cheers.